Welcome everyone. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can get the best yield on your SOL tokens. So this is the October update. I did a video last month detailing how you could get the best yield then, but a lot of things have changed and there are a lot more ways that you can get yield on your SOL a month later. So in this video, I'm not only going to be covering SOL itself, but its liquid staking derivatives and other stable assets as well. So mSOL is going to be one of the main focuses of this video. So mSOL stands for Marinade Staked Solana. So essentially, it's a liquid staking derivative that allows you to have price exposure to SOL, but also have a yield-bearing token that you can go ahead and use in DeFi ecosystem. So typically, when you stake your Solana, it's locked away and it generates yield. However, you're not able to deploy it anywhere or borrow against it. But the liquid staking derivatives solve this problem so that you can still get a yield-bearing token, have price exposure to Solana, and then also be able to use it in the DeFi ecosystem. So that's quite nice. And we'll also be running into pSOL and prtSOL in this video as well. But just know it still gives you price exposure to Solana itself. So don't worry too much about the fact that you're not using SOL directly. So the first place I wanted to go to is Port Finance. So Port Finance is a lending and borrowing marketplace. It's like the Aave of Solana, if you're familiar with Aave on Ethereum. So essentially you can come here, you can deposit assets and then earn a deposit APY. Because Port Finance right now is doing a liquidity mining program, and also Marinade Finance is doing a liquidity mining program, the yield depositing Marinade staked SOL is quite high. So as you can see over here, you're getting 2% in mSOL back, you're getting 7% in Port Finance tokens, and the remainder of that APR you're also getting in MND tokens, which is the Marinade Finance token, which is like the governance token that they have. It's similar to Lido. So you'll be getting all of those tokens if you deposit mSOL into Port Finance. So I'll just show you quickly now how to do that. I'll just deposit 0.1 mSOL to prove that transaction, and I will instantly be earning yield upon this deposit. So the next place I wanted to go to is Project Larix. So Larix is very similar to Port Finance. They also claim to be the Aave of Solana. So it's another lending and borrowing marketplace. But what's nice about Project Larix is that you're getting a supply APY and also a borrow APY. So once you deposit your mSOL into this protocol, you can get your yield natively in mSOL. You'll also get Larix tokens because they're doing their liquidity mining program, and then you'll also get MND tokens as well. So the best way to get the most yield out of Project Larix that you can is to use recursive borrowing. So essentially what you'll do, you'll deposit the amount of mSOL you want to deposit in here. Let's just say 1 mSOL. So you supply, you deposit it, and then you borrow as much as you can of mSOL, and then supply it back, and then borrow, supply back, borrow, supply it back. And essentially you're getting leveraged exposure on the platform. And you can't be liquidated because your collateral and what you're borrowing is the same and they're stable to each other. So you'll never reach the liquidation threshold, and you'll be able to get like 5 or 6 times your leverage on these APYs that you see here. What's even better with Project Larix is that you're getting a borrow APY and a supply APY that are both positive, whilst on Port Finance you're only getting a positive supply APY. So if you are going to do that recursive lending and borrowing loop, you're best off doing it on Project Larix. So I'm not going to show you how to do it now. I have plenty of other videos on my channel to do this. I'll link it down below of me doing it on Port Finance, but just know that you can do it here. The next place I wanted to go to is Francium. So Francium is a leveraged yield farming protocol on Solana. So essentially you can come here and do leveraged yield farming on different pairs. And to facilitate the leverage yield farming, they need people who will lend out tokens. So this is where you can come in. You can come to Francium, go on the lend tab, and then you can lend out your mSOL right now for 90% APR. And you can also get 18% here on your SOL as well. So this is quite nice. A lot of people are borrowing mSOL right now to do the liquidity mining for the MND token, and that's why the APR here is so high, and the utilization ratio here is so high as well. Once the utilization ratio goes above, like, say, 90%, the APRs for what you can get for supplying your assets to Frankium go up quite high. So I'll just deposit some right now. Let's just deposit 0.13. And now you can start earning this APR straight away. It looks like someone aped in a massive amount of mSOL just as I was depositing there. Now the APR has gone down to 72%. But it was just easy as that. It's probably easier to deposit your mSOL here into Frankium because there's not much management of the position you won't have to do. You won't have to sell off any tokens or come in and claim your rewards every day. So if you just want a nice and easy way of getting yield on your SOL, just come to Frankium, deposit it here. Just know that once the liquidity mining program for Marinade Finance dies down, that the yields for mSOL will probably come down as well. The next place I wanted to go to is Sunny Aggregator. So this is like one of the best places to get yields in Solana right now. mSOL, SOL, LP tokens, 15%. You can get 11% on SOL LP tokens there. And if we go down more, we can see that the Saber, pSOL, prtSOL LP, you can get 46% APY, which is the best SOL LP APY that you can get on Sunny Aggregator right now. So I'll show you how to enter this pool. So first of all you'll need to get Saber LP tokens. So if I go to Saber, so Saber is a stable swap platform. So if you want to do swaps between different versions of SOL tokens or different stable coins, you come to Saber. So to get the LP tokens, we need to go to pools, and then we'll find the pSOL, prtSOL pool. So we're going to go here and deposit. So I have some prtSOL in my wallet right now, and I'm going to deposit into this LP pool. Now you can see here that I'm actually going to get money for doing so because the pool is currently heavily overweight pSOL versus prtSOL, so they're going to reward me for depositing prtSOL into Saber. So I'm just going to do this now so I can get my LP tokens. Approve the transaction, and here we go. I've unstaked LP tokens. So instead of taking it to the farms on Saber Finance here and staking my LP tokens here, I'll go to Sunny Aggregator. Open this up. So I'm going to deposit my Saber LP in here. So I'm just going to click deposit. And the yield will be 7.5% in Saber tokens, and the rest of it, the 36%, will be from Sunny tokens. So you'll be able to claim your rewards from here, and then if you want, you can sell off these tokens and then buy more SOL, or you can hold on to those tokens and see if you can experience some price appreciation. So I'm just going to deposit my LP tokens now. Approve the transaction. So there we go, I've just clicked on to withdraw, and we can see that I currently have my Saber LP tokens in here. And if I go to rewards, we can immediately see that these numbers start ticking up. So you can just press claim all rewards here, and it will send all those Sunny tokens and Saber tokens straight to your wallet. The next place I wanted to go to was Marinade Finance itself. So you can obviously stake your SOL here and then receive like 6.67% yield. But that's not very high. There are ways that you can use Marinade Finance website to get even higher yield. So if you click here on MNDE, if you deposit mSOL into this place here, you can get 43.23% APR from Marinade Finance tokens. And then if you become an LP in the mSOL SOL Marinade Finance LP pool, you can also get 50.37% APR in Marinade Finance tokens. So to enter this, so to get this yield, all you need to do is press Manage Deposit, and then deposit some mSOL. So I'm just going to do 0.1. Deposit it here. Press Approve. And there we go. I have my deposit here, and I can start earning Marinade Finance tokens over time as well. You just press this button here and you can claim your rewards. So to enter this farm, you need mSOL SOL LP tokens. So you click here on DeFi, scroll all the way down to this tab here, press add liquidity, and you'll be asked to add some SOL here. So I'm just going to add 1 SOL right now, add liquidity, and press approve. So now that I've done that, I've got LP tokens. I'll go back to this tab, press manage deposit, and I can deposit my LP tokens here. I can press approve, and now I'm LPing in the mSOL SOL LP. There we go. My deposits are all here, and I've already started earning some Marinade Finance tokens. Now the last place I wanted to talk about is Radium. So if you go to the Radium pools, you'll be able to see that you can LP in the mSOL SOL pool, and that's currently paying out 20.87% APY. The process for entering these pools are very similar to what you saw here on the Marinade Finance page, so I'm not really going to go through it, but just know you can get 20% a year on your mSOL SOL LP here. So what's my favorite place? It would have to be Frankium, simply due to the fact that you can just deposit your mSOL here and not worry about having to sell any tokens or come back regularly to check on how it's doing. This is probably the easiest, the most carefree way to do it. But if you want to really maximize your yield, you should go to Project Larix and do the recursive borrowing and lending strategy, where you supply as much mSOL as you can, borrow as much as you can, and then resupply it to the protocol, and then you can really crank up the leverage that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you learned something new, and make sure to subscribe.